made that yourself? That's the Jersey hip hop song. Oh no, somebody gave me that. Wyclef Jean, BKS1 Radio. Let's go.
This is Essence Atkins, and this is BKS1 Radio.
Hi, this is Melba Moore, and you're listening to BKS1 Radio.
Yo, check it out. What's the deal? This the chef. Giving a big shout out to my peoples. Big KS, you already know what it is. Salute.
What's up? It's your girl Monifa, and I'm hanging with BKS1 Radio.
Hi, I'm Iyanla Vanzant, and you're listening to BKS1 Radio.
BKS Radio, baby.
Hey, this is Jasmine Guy for BKS1 Radio.
What's going on? This is Lamont Rooker, and this is BKS1 Radio.
Shout out to BKS1, the best kept damn secret in the business.
Hey, what's up? This is Raven Goodwin from BET's Being Mary Jane, and shout out to BKS1.
Hi, this is Leon. You're watching BKS1 Radio.
BKS1. God bless y'all.
Yeah. What's good? It's official.
It's the Man Cave Morning Show.
Yes, the Man Cave Morning Show, BKS1 Radio.
It's
We
the
back,
Man
baby.
Cave Morning Show.
We are back.
Hey.
Yes. Peace and blessings, man. First and foremost, gotta introduce my partner, the man that understands, and together we got the plan. We call him what?
Deacon Woo. Zamunda forever. Hey.
I'm just humbly storming on the general.
El
Peace and
Jefe.
blessings, man. Shout out to everybody on checking on BKS1 Radio TV on YouTube. Shout out to everybody on FB and all the other platforms and everything. Peace and blessings, man. Welcome. We going in today. We got a lot to discuss today. And a lot of things to talk about, man. But greetings and salutations and all of that.
Greetings, my friend.
Yes, to everybody on the check-in, man. Just hoping everybody's having a good Thursday, man. Shout out to Kim Sharif, a.k.a. Diva. Shout out to my cousin Greg Booth. Greg, what's good? Shout out to Janice Maxine Brooks and James Elam and Akisa Mendez. Kiss, what's good, mama?
What up, Kiss? Love you, baby.
What's going on? Yes, thanks for the love, Kim. We see them hearts. We're going to talk about a lot of different things today, man. We're going to talk about this whole Stop Asian Hate thing. We're going to talk about a little bit more about this Derek Jackson guy.
His pimp hand is strong.
Just a lot going on today, man. We're going to talk a little bit about Sharon Osbourne and it's just so much. And the little Nick Cannon today.
Sharon Osbourne's tears.
Yes.
Her tears.
Yes. We're going to talk about it all today on the Man Cave Morning Show. Listen, if you want to call in 646-233-1302. Once we get started and once we get popping with some things, man, let's talk. Let's talk to the people. Share it out. Click the share button no matter what platform you're watching us on. Just click that share button, man, and let the people know we are in the building, all right? Man, okay, we back, baby.
Morning, y'all.
Yes, good morning. Wake up. Wake the hell up.
Wake up.
All right, because it's like, what, 9 o'clock? 9 o'clock in Cali?
It's 9 o'clock somewhere, boss.
Yeah, it's 9 o'clock somewhere. So
we were a while.
The morning show. All right, so let's get this thing on and popping, man. What we going to attack first? Because it's just so much to go in on right now.
Throw a dart, boss. We got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, we do.
Throw a dart at it.
Yeah, we do.
It's a lot today.
Well, we can tread lightly. Nick Cannon. So for those that don't know, Nick Cannon is returning. He's back on Wild 'N Out. Returning to VH1 next month. Tricky Nick will be back.
I like that. Tricky Nick.
Tricky Nick will be back on Wild 'N Out.
Yes, sir. Welcome back, Tricky Nick.
He will return to VH1 next month with new episodes featuring Fat Boy SSE. All right, with Trinidad James and the Lost Boys and others. The comedy rap battle show returns on Tuesday, April 6th, with new episodes from the second half of season 15, filmed before the pandemic. Some of the other scheduled guests to appear on the show will be Compton, Cuban Doll, Juvenile, Head Rack, The Brat, MC Light, Rhapsody, so on, so on, and so on. So Nick is back. So, why do you think the powers that be allowed Nick to come back into effect?
Paul, you gonna hit me like that, Norm? Why do I think they allowed him back? Because
shout out to Anton Kelly.
He has been on an apology tour since they tore him off. So his consistency at apologizing has something to do with why they allowed him back, sir. That's just where I am with
it. He's been doing a lot of apologizing, and he says he wants the black community to have a relationship with rabbis. No, that's for real. He's been having all these conversations with rabbis or whatever. Here's my thing, right? About Nick Cannon. All right, let's be honest. First of all, Nick Cannon is not a stupid dude.
No, it's very intelligent.
Very intelligent, smart businessman, and all of that, right?
Yes.
So we had these conversations before about Nick Cannon, and the reason why I think they let him go because he made some what they deemed as anti-Semitic remarks against Jewish people in the Jewish community, whatever the case may be, right? So we all remember what he said, so we're not going to rehash that.
Okay.
But again, and then we also know who controls a lot of the media.
That's a fact,
right? That's a fact.
That's not hate. That's a fact.
No racist thing. No
whatever, anti nothing. It's a fact.
They do control a lot of the media, so
yes.
they let him go.
Yes.
Because bottom line is you cannot speak out against your boss. That's the bottom line.
Yes.
What happened with Nick Cannon.
Yes.
He spoke out against his boss. Because
You're
he
so
talked
smooth,
about,
brother. You're so smooth.
Because
but I agree with
because
you.
Because he attacked Jewish people, but you spoke
right.
against your boss.
Right.
So a lot of us that work for somebody, some of y'all don't like your boss. Some of y'all can't stand your boss.
Yeah.
But you know daggone well, if you speak bad about your boss and your boss knows about it, your boss is going to what?
Fire you.
He's going to fire you, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, Nick Cannon made good with his boss, with his people and all of that. He made good. He made good with him by apologizing and bringing rabbis on his show and enlightening the community how we not too different from each other, the black and the Jewish community, whatever, right? And we still all victims of white supremacy. Bottom line.
Yes.
So Nick made people aware of that and all of that. We get it. But here's my thing about Nick. I think dude is so smart that he's going to get back in there with them boys. He's going to get back in there with, the whole wilding out thing, whatever like that. And I think Nick eventually is going to get some ownership. He's going to get ownership, and then he's going to bounce, and he's going to do his own thing. He's going to make him feel like, oh, Nick's with us again. Nick's with us again. I think he got a strategy.
Here's why I applaud him. First, I was under the assumption that he owned Wildin' Out, and I found out he was not. Then he got into trouble, and everyone had an opinion about it, including me, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But to see the way he recovered, to see the way he came back, is very strategic. It's brilliant. And what else do I want to say? Bottom line, if you want to talk, you have to own. That's basically what it is. I have opinions, and so what? I don't own BKS1. If you want to talk freely and autonomously and independently and express your opinions, whether people agree with it or not, or you want to have a debate or argument and go back and forth, you have to own. I assume the brother owned. Then I discovered he did not own. And now I think he's on a track to ownership.
Right.
His platform, I believe, will get stronger and stronger. And I hope that he has proved to the powers that be whatever he needed to prove so he can get off this apology tour. You're sorry. We get it.
Right.
I'm sorry. You're powerful, and I bow down to your power, and I apologize. Can we get back to work? And if I have an agenda, sometime I'm gonna keep my agenda to myself and just work my program. If I got a boss, like most of us do.
Yeah.
You, on the other hand, as an owner, that's a different story.
Do me a favor. Listen, if you work for somebody and you got and you got a boss, you got superiors and all of that, you just can't talk crap about them. And they know about it.
Yes.
You just can't talk crap about your boss. All right. If you're gonna do that, do it on the slide. Do it on the low. You can't get on a podcast that's on the internet and talk crap about your boss. It's as simple as that.
If you don't own your podcast.
Unless you got a B plan. Unless you got a B plan and you could be self-sufficient without needing your boss.
And you could own your podcast, but if the platform that the podcast is played on you don't own.
Facts.
You got a boss too.
Facts. So anyway, Nick, okay, you're back.
That's the man cave
moment. I'm gonna stop canceling certain people just because we get mad at them, man. You can't do that. We get mad at a family member. Do we just say they're dead to me?
Well, I'm emotional. So, yes, I do say stupid stuff like that. And then I calm down.
Because I'm mad at you.
Yeah. And then I calm down because, I'm black. And then you're not dead to me anymore.
Because we're emotional.
We're very emotional. But wait.
We ride off a lot of emotions.
But we're also very forgiving.
Very forgiving.
You see? So when we get emotional sometimes, just put a pause button on it. It'll probably blow over. It'll probably blow. You know what I mean? What's the chick we was talking about last? Stacey Dash. Black folks gonna be loving Stacey Dash in about 3 minutes.
She got to come out with something. She got to come out. For us to love her again, she got to be in a Tyler Perry movie. She got to either be in a Tyler Perry movie or a Spike Lee movie or a Lee Daniels movie.
She got to cook some ribs, marry a black man, go on Tyler Perry show, apologize, cry to Oprah and Gail, and then we'll take her back.
She got a lot. No. Going on Oprah and Gail won't do it.
Okay.
Because a lot of us real ones don't really rock with
I don't, but a lot of us do. I don't rock with them either. But a lot
like that no more.
A lot of us do.
A lot of us real ones. But anyway,
a lot of us are
right. Back at the ranch. Hold on. Kim Sharif said, yes, you can. Yes, you can. You just can't let them hear you. LOL. But you know your sister, she's a true tourist and don't care. You can't though. I'm just saying, if you want your job, you can't poop on your boss. That's all I'm saying. All right. You just can't. If you want to keep your job, you can't poop on your boss.
But you are the smoothest man I've ever seen in my life. You're so smooth.
I'm just saying.
Read through the lines.
Unless you got your own. Now, what's going on with this whole Sharon Osbourne thing? Somebody explain it to me, bruh. What's the show they on, The Real? Y'all explain it. She on The Real or The View? Or Sharon, no, not The View, The Real, I think.
Sharon Osbourne is on The Real.
Okay.
And she was expressing support for Piers Morgan.
Which is her friend.
Okay. Who said bad things about Meghan Markle.
Okay.
And those things were perceived by the black community as racist.
Okay.
And then she asked her co-host, what's the sister's name, brother?
Shout out to Big D Holland. What's good, fam?
She asked her black co-host to stop crying and to say that she wasn't racist, which no one suggested that she was racist.
Right.
And for them to show her how she is racist. And then everything blew up. And then they went back into the past. And some of her former co-hosts she said some racist, derogatory things against other people. And then she came back out and started crying and said she's now a victim of this and that and the third.
Right. She's saying CBS has got it out for her.
There's a plot against CBS has got it out against them. And I personally don't buy it. But
Najee, what's good?
That's the story, sir, as I understand.
All right, so let me go to this real quick so y'all can see what this woman has said.
Ongoing investigation reveals Sharon Osbourne called former colleague Julie Chen slanty eyes and lesbian actress Sarah Gilbert a pussy licker. Okay.
Wow. That's a lot.
Didn't Donald Trump say he grabbed him by the pussy too? I don't care. Go ahead.
That's a lot. And also, hold on.
Oh, there's more.
Yeah, we're gonna run a clip. We're gonna run a clip with her talking.
Let's go to the videotape.
I'm not racist. Neither is Piers racist. If black people can use the N-word, why can't white people use the N-word?
Stand up for anti-racism.
And I'm like, I've been set up. Don't try and cry, because if anyone should be crying, it should be me. And I went like, how dare you all do this to me? I'm your sacrificial lamb. The executives.
Who?
They wouldn't give me names.
I've seen you handle some very hot and hard topics. Why did this throw you?
Because I just felt this is the biggest setup ever, and I'm falling into it. Kept saying, show me where he's been racist. Show me, show me, show me. I don't know. Tell me. Educate me. Let me read it.
Right, but in many ways, that was your job to know his background, because he's your friend.
He's my friend. I'm not racist. Neither is Piers.
I'm not racist. Listen. If black people can use the N-word, then why can't we use the N-word? Because you can't, dummy. Cut it. Like, listen.
We back on the N-word conversation now. We back on that 6 years ago? Okay,
no, we ain't gonna do
that.
Not
on N-word.
But we're gonna limit it to Sharon.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that's just dumb. Come on now. By now we should know. Listen, if you're white, you shouldn't be using the N-word if you're a white person. It's just simple. That simple. Sharon, we really don't have to break that down for you. Yes, we do use the N-word. Should we be using it? No, we shouldn't. All right? And then again, y'all gave us the N-word to use. Y'all gave it to us. And I got my own feelings about us that abuse the N-word, but that's a whole different topic. But Sharon, you know better. Now you claiming that You're a victim of conspiracy by CBS.
Her tears.
All right,
her tears are very powerful, sir.
And you got to defend.
She's
that.
crying.
When you have to constantly defend that you're not a racist, chances are
you're racist.
I'm just saying.
So
come on, Sharon. And I liked Sharon Osbourne before too. I did. I like it because she speaks her mind and she's hardcore and she's down to earth. She don't bite her tongue with stuff. But there's just certain things, Sharon, I just can't rock with you with. Okay, go ahead.
I'm sorry, you got me crying. The clip was chock full of so many things. Let me start from the beginning. Why can't I use the N-word? So I got a girlfriend, and my girlfriend goes out with her girlfriends, and it's other women. I'm not there. It's an all-female thing, right? Bitch, please, and girl, blah, 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 blah. So. I happen to walk in to their lunching date, and I go,
right.
That's right, bitch. No. Obvious, I'm not allowed to use that terminology, right?
You're not allowed to use it on this show.
Why certain white folks want to say the N-word? Why they want to say it speaks to their intention. Like, please. So that's the first argument. The second thing I would like to say is I'm not aware of anyone accusing her of being racist. What I saw was a racist man say some racist stuff against Markle and whatever. And then
she defended it.
She not only defended it, she said, I'm not racist. Who said you was racist?
Yeah.
And if you stand next to a person that's racist, I get to say, hey, Norm, your friend is racist.
Right,
I say you're racist, but I'm like, yo, Norm, you know your man racist, and you standing next to him, and what's up with that? I'm going to question you about that.
Right. And my thing is, I saw when she started defending this Pierce dude, that she was just defending her friend because they're friends and they're from London.
Yeah,
I'm defending. She was really defending her friend, but
racism came out how?
Yes, racism came out because, according to people that's attacking Pierce has been saying some racist things in regards to Meghan.
I think he has. Yeah.
Right. But she was really more or less trying to defend her friend. Which she should have just fell back. So again, she should have fell back and just was like, okay, all right. And the reason why I'm saying she should take it from the playbook. Take it from the playbook of Chris Cuomo. Cuomo was not on CNN defending his brother, regardless. Like he knows
that's true.
He knows right now. Governor Cuomo is in hot water for all these allegations, whatever case may be. He's in hot water for how he handled the nursing home situation with the COVID. He's in hot water for all this, whatever, right? That's his brother. He fell back. And he started out when all this attack started happening, he started out by saying, listen, I am not going to be covering news about my brother. My other partners and constituents and all of that, they'll be covering the news for that. But as far as me, and y'all should understand this, I'm not going to be covering the news about my brother. But he didn't say whether he was innocent, guilty, whatever the case may be. He just left it alone. And that's what she should have did, all right, and save face. Because she don't know that man's true intent. He probably could be a racist.
If you throw a brick into a litter of dogs, the one that yelps is the one that got hit. A hit dog yelps. You doth protest too much, okay? That's just my personal thing. Pregnant pause here, sir. Do I think that it's possible for a 65-year-old European woman to have racist views or to be racist? Would I be surprised if she was? No. Would I be surprised that a person that's used to just expressing themselves any type of way they want to express themselves in this environment gets in trouble? No. Cancel culture abounds. What's happening is you're seeing a paradigm shift in society because you're seeing the tenets of white supremacy start to crumble. Now, I don't want to go into that. But what I'm saying is your feelings were hurt and you started crying because you offended another person. The first thing you need to do is say, hey, if I offended you, Norm, I'm sorry. Not, hey, Norm, if you felt offended, that's different. Norm, if you felt like I offended you, then yo, Norm, I am sorry. So, first thing you need to do is address the wrong that you did. And that's not what you want to do. You want to use your privilege, and I got black friends too, and showing me how I'm a racist, and I'm just supporting my friend, this, that, and the other. Because of this here, everything you say can and will be used against you.
Absolutely.
So you ain't looking too good, baby. And no one cares about your tears anymore because your tears have lynched us and stuff like, I don't want to go into that thing, read in between the lines, but
her tears did.
I said her tears did. Emmett Till.
She didn't.
And on and on. She did not. But the system that says, I'm sorry.
And that's what we're going to talk about, too, generalizing.
But okay, yes, sir.
Yeah, we can't.
But listen. You got caught out there supporting a racist, and then you didn't separate yourself. You then personalized it and said, I'm not racist. Call me any word all you want. That's not what I am. It's sketchy. She's sketchy. In my personal opinion, she's more than sketchy. I feel she's racist. But in the confines of BKS1 Radio, you doth protest too much.
Yeah, sketchy. I mean, she got called out on her BS. She
got
called out on her BS.
Yes,
Bottom
yes.
line. Now, one of the main things before we even talk about Derek Jackson, we want to talk about today is this whole the Stop Asian Hate movement. I want to really know how your feelings about that. I spoke to Wu off camera
debate,
and we had a debate. We had a discussion,
spirited debate. Yes.
Some of you that are listening to the show and watching the show, I spoke about it in your comment sections on things you posted and everything like that. How do you really feel about the movement? Do you support it? If you do, why do you support it? If you don't, why don't you support it? We want to know. Real talk. We want to have some real talk about this whole Stop Asian Hate thing. Call in 646-223-1302 because we really want to know how you feel about this real quick. So y'all know, across the country and whatever, a lot of Asians has been getting attacked, and a lot of it they say is drummed up from the previous president, with the whole Kung Flu and the Chinese virus thing and all of this, and he rallying people up or whatever like that. So there's been a lot of attacks against Asians, right? Now, my whole view about this is hating anybody is wrong. That's my view. Hating anybody is wrong. No group of people should get attacked just because we know more than anybody. No group of people should get attacked just because of their skin color or their ethnicity or their race. We know all of that, right? But I've seen some support of Stop Asian Hate, and I've seen some opposition. Why the opposition? Let's talk about this right now on the Man Cave Morning Show. Peace and blessings. Shout out to Tracy Curry. Shout out to C. King Parker. Let's go into this thing. Let's read some comments. Read a comment from YouTube. Caller from the 919. State your name where you're calling from. You're on the Man Cave Show. What's good?
First off, peace, peace, Dawu.
What up?
This
Peace
is
and
Walt
blessings.
down here in NC, baby.
Yes, sir.
What's good, fam?
How you? Hey, I caught the show yesterday. I was just, doing things in this warehouse, getting this little penny.
No doubt.
And, again, Norm, I'm glad to hear you back. You seem healthy. I hope you get healthy better.
Thank you.
Respect. Yes, sir.
Happy, most happy birthday. You know what I mean?
Thank you. Hey, thank you, brother. Thank you.
You know what I mean?
Yes,
you
sir.
made it to the big boy club.
Yeah, I'm officially a man, sir. I made it.
Yes, sir. That's
Yes,
what
sir.
I said when I turned 50. I made it as a man.
That's right.
But getting on this topic that we talking about, this hate thing about the Asian people and the Asian race.
Okay.
First off, welcome to what we deal with for the last 400 years, Asian America.
Facts.
That we've been dealing with in America for all this time.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And not saying that I'm against their culture or their religion or anything, or even hating against them. But where they was at when the young brothers was getting shot down, they wasn't standing with us. I ain't hear none of their stores saying, hey, man, we're going to shut down and boycott this, that, and other thing.
I agree.
They even shot the young sister, and I just seen a documentary a couple of days ago where the Asian lady blew the little sister away. I didn't hear anybody getting backlash from that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And it's wrong. You shouldn't go out and just kill people because we all human beings at the end of the day.
Right.
You know?
Right.
But You know, come on, man.
Do
any of them live in our neighborhood? First off, do any of them say, hey, you know, we're going to put something towards, you know, the Boys and Girls Club, or we're going to sponsor any of the teams that, you know, brothers and sisters out here doing?
See, here's the thing. And I get what you're saying, because some of what you're saying, I understand why you feel that way. But at the same time, what I've noticed, there is the older Asian generation, and there's this new younger Asian generation. A lot of the new younger Asian generation I've seen out there in the trenches when George Floyd got killed, out there marching, out there getting arrested too, out there boycotting. So I can't say I haven't seen it, and I'm about to show that too. And then also Asian countries have Black Lives Matter marches, but they don't show that. They don't show that in the media.
True.
So
I've seen that.
Yeah. So I get what you're saying, and then me, you know, being from where I'm from, and having a lot of Asian businesses in my communities, whatever, and we supporting them in the whole nine. I seen some of them show us love, and I seen some of them act a fool. You know, so I seen both sides of it. Now,
me too.
Now, my whole thing is, and I don't want to be that dude that says, why just stop Asian hate? Stop hate altogether. I don't want to be that dude, because we didn't like it when they said.
Me neither.
We didn't like it when they were saying all lives matter. Why Black lives just got to matter? All lives matter. We didn't like that. We hated that. So I don't want to be that dude, but I do think this is an awakening, and this is the perfect time for them to see who the real enemy is, and it's definitely not us. This is a perfect time for Asian Americans, Latin Americans, Black Americans, if we don't already know, even Jewish Americans, to see who the real enemy is. And the real enemy has never been us. It's always been white supremacy.
So if I get a piece
indeed.
If I get a piece of this,
go ahead.
I'm not fixing this. Get on the platform and be like, stop hate. Like, of course, I'm against all hatred in any shape or form. However,
we all human at the end of the day.
So just want to state a few facts, and if people attack me for my opinions, that's fine. What I will say is, younger people from their community are now involved in our plight. I've seen young white folks involved in the movement to stop whatever. That's not going to stop me from talking about white supremacy. Number two, is when I see another oppressed group of people say, hey, I'm not with this white supremacy, I just happen to notice a certain thing that happens. When I get on here and be like, yo, this white supremacy, there you go again, Dawood. You're talking about the white person. You know, you need to pull yourself up by your own bootstraps. Your problem is you're not educated enough. Your problem is you don't have the right job. Your problem is you don't have the money, you don't own businesses, whatever. When you see the illness that is America, that is white supremacy, I am happy that it is being revealed that white supremacy is hurting everyone. It's hurting the entire country. The last thing I want to say, and I don't want to get stereotypical, Asian people are industrious. They own businesses. Matter of fact, they own a whole lot of businesses in our community. They make a whole lot of money.
A lot of land.
They got a lot of land in our community, whatever. Now, do they take the money that they make from us and invest back in us? I don't think they do. And there are reasons for that. I'm not. That's an aside. That's an aside. But the argument, be educated, be a good citizen, own your own land, have your own money, stay to yourself. My goodness, the hateful folks is hating on you too. So what I say to myself is, when they use the argument against my people, when I'm like, hey, I'm a human being, this, that, and the other, why don't you shut up and get a job? They got jobs. They got education. They got money. And you know what else they got? They got hatred for white supremacy. Welcome to the club.
Right. And that's the only thing I'm saying. But when everybody else comes to this country, you know what I'm saying, they're giving certain privileges. They come to this country and they giving our education system, They're already giving halfway. They got businesses. They come over and take care of this. Not saying nothing wrong with that. That's good. That's what we should have been doing. Before segregation, we should have just kept to ourselves, kept our business going, keep our money with us. All right? But now, all of a sudden, it seems like when we get ready to get this leg up in this country, it seemed like all this big thing, all of a sudden, Asian hate and this, that, and other thing. That's taken away from what we're supposed to be doing now for us.
Right, but
it's taking that little light that's being shined in our communities. Where's that Detroit and Chicago? All of a sudden, now they trying to come up. Oh, well, we should fight this hate with the Asian community. Yo, but what happened to when, the police are still shooting at us?
Black folks don't hate Asians.
And our neighborhoods are still declining.
See, and listen. And I'm rocking with you on that, bro. And my thing is, it's crazy because it does seem like, okay, now the focus is off our 400 years. The focus is off our 400 years, and now it's on them. It's on them because of what this dude spewed 4 years ago. 4 years ago.
What's feeding that topic up today?
Yeah, was feeding it today. So, I hate to say this, and listen, I don't want no clap back for saying this, but like anything else, this Stop Asian thing is just the hot thing for the moment, too.
That's all it is.
It's just the hot thing for
That's
the moment.
What I'm saying.
Because then it's going to be something
Not
else.
Saying it's something, it's like, yo, damn, man, we need to, get with them and this, and that. Well, hey, let us fix us.
But
you said, well, we still dealing with mental shit.
Right.
So let us get our community together. They good. The real, they good.
But
all they gonna do is pull their business people together and stuff like that. Get
and go buy a congressman and buy some policemen
in Washington
and handle their business.
But here's the thing. What we gotta, I want us to kind of get educated on this, man. When we say stop Asian hate, the key word Asian, that's lumping a whole group of people up. With that word, a whole group of people, bro. There are 48 Asian countries. So when you say Asian, we just think of Chinese. We just
the Pacific North and all that.
Yeah,
shit.
we just think of Koreans and this and that, whatever like that. No. So when we lump Asians up, and I got Asian in my family, bro. I got Asian in my family. Feel me? So it's like. Because we're so intermixed. We're so intermixed. You know what I'm saying? We don't realize,
I'm coming.
Who we really are, or what we consist of. You know what I'm saying? Because we got a little bit of everybody in us.
Because the black man is intertwined with every race on this planet.
Facts.
So hey, who knows? We might got some of Bruce Lee people up in our camps. Just be keeping it light.
And let me do this real quick. Let me just drop this science real quick. So there's 48 Asian countries real quick, right? So if y'all can see what I'm posting up, I know you on the phone, Walt, so you probably can't see it.
Yeah.
But there's 48 countries, right? So Asia, when you say Asian, that consists of China, India, Indonesia, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Japan, Philippines, Vietnam, Turkey, Iran,
Pakistan,
Thailand, Myanmar, South Korea, Iraq, Afghanistan, Saudi Arabia, Uzbekistan, Malaysia, Yemen, Nepal, Kazakhstan, my bad, North Korea, Nepal, Sri Lanka, Syria, Cambodia, Jordan, United Arab Emirates, Israel, Laos, Lebanon, Singapore, the list goes on. Georgia, Mongolia, Armenia, Qatar.
And they practice some sort of Muslim religion in their country.
So when we say stop Asian hate, all right, and we say we're not going to be, some of us say we're not in support of that, just stop hate, period, or whatever like that, or I'm not rocking with this movement, or whatever the case may be. We really got to think about what we're saying. We really got to think about who we're saying it against, and who Asian people really are. You know what I'm saying? Right. So, and that's my problem, man, because I see so many different views and opinions on this thing. It's like, man, listen. Again, when I seen them out in the trenches with us, you know, they didn't have to be. Trust me, they didn't have to be. And this younger generation, they more about it than we was. They more about it
because
than
when
we
we
was.
started that hip hop community, man, you had Asian brothers breaking harder than us. Right now, and over there in certain Asian countries, they playing music and mixing music harder than we was.
So
you're right, man. I'm with you.
If I could just get my little 2 cents in, I'm gonna take you back to '86. Original,
yes, sir.
Original Asiatic black men.
Yes, sir.
I will say that again. Original Asiatic black men. Now I'm not gonna go back onto my old spiel about black samurais.
That's what I was trying to get
and
to.
black European kings, black people. We're not gonna. I do that. Anyone that listens to the show knows that. What I'm going to say is, I'm not fixing to get off of my square. My square is fighting white supremacy. I'm not going to get into this argument of, do I hate my Asian brother and this and that and my Latino, my this, my that. The bottom line is, of course I'm against hate. I want to illustrate where the hate is coming from. I want to talk about who's doing the hating. I want to talk about who's doing the attacking. The same group, the same people that attacks me, attacks them. And what I'm saying is, I don't want to be diverted from fighting our true enemy, fighting the problem and the cancer of this country, which is white supremacy. It ain't about to be about black folks fighting Asian folks, this, that, and the third. Nah, Duke. So, I stand in solidarity with you. I am against the hate that we as two communities have things we need to talk about, and maybe we could do a show about black Asian relations and blah 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 blah. Brother, you better recognize who doing the hating, and it ain't me.
Exactly. Yo, my brother, we appreciate you, fam. We appreciate you.
Yeah, definitely, man. And like I said, get back on the man cave thing, man. I'm listening.
Yes.
Love you, bro.
Salute.
You know what I mean?
Dig it.
Yo, peace and blessings.
Peace.
Stay on the square, man. Woo.
Original Asiatic black man. Though I am light skinned.
Peace, God. Peace, God.
Peace, God.
Understanding.
Peace, God.
Wait a minute. I'm really gonna mess your head up. Y'all want to get 5%?
Yeah, throw the 5% in, please, sir.
Yo,
throw the 5% in.
What's
the
the
bean
day?
pie.
Take you back to Secret 7,
What's the
116th Street.
What's the day's mathematics? Hold on.
Understand the day's mathematics is March what? March 25th. Go to the 25th lesson. Third from the sun. What?
Yo, but hold up. Knowledge is the foundation of all living things being brought into existence, God. What's good?
The black woman is the earth. The black man is the God.
Let's step from this cipher, please.
All right, my
What's
dude.
the circumference of the earth?
Peace.
All right, my dude. Peace.
Yo.
I just had a high school moment.
Today's mathematics.
I just had a high school
Bean
moment.
pie, my brother.
All right. So let's get back on this thing.
Oh,
right?
God.
So we talk about Stop Asian Hate, right? And I just broke down again 48. And Bernadette, we're gonna read your comment too, because again, man, like I said, a lot of people got different feelings and opinions on this thing, man. And my thing is, what I noticed in beefs, right? If somebody says F you, what's your response back?
F you too.
F you too. I don't want to do that with this situation, with this movement, right? I don't want that to happen, right? And the reason why I'm saying it, because when I saw this, right? So what we're looking at right now, we seen a black person and an Asian person,
right?
Together. One says black and Asian solidarity.
Yes.
Right? The other says stop Asian hate. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when I see things like this and we joining together, right, against our common enemy.
True.
We joining together, right, against
our common
enemy.
enemy.
What is wrong with that? What is
Nothing.
wrong with that? And I'm gonna run this clip real quick. Real quick, so we could talk about this clip. Here you go. Other Asian countries supporting Black Lives Matter.
Power to the people! Power to the people! Power to the people! No justice, no peace! No justice, no peace! No justice, no peace! No justice, no peace! No justice, no peace!
I'm half black, half Japanese. I also lived in the States and in Japan. And I've felt racial discrimination everywhere I've been. But I think the main reason why we came together is enough was enough. And unless we stand up to do something about it, it's going to be never ending.
That this disparity is not explained by more frequent or more serious. So here.
Clap that up. This is why again we got to be careful of who we turn away, regardless of what some have done. And you can't lump everybody together, right? And I say this because of my own experiences, and one of my own experiences, brother, when 9/11 hit, right? And they shut down all the transportation, and they shut down the buses, and they shut down the trains. I couldn't get home because I worked on Broad Street. I worked for a company called Health First. I couldn't get home. A Filipino lady, an Asian stranger, was like, "You can come to my house. You come to my house." I'm like, "Huh? No, really, you can come to my house." She let me stay with her and her husband for 2 days.
So.
For 2 days, bro.
Let me say this. There are more colonized than there are colonizers. There are more oppressed than there are oppressors. I am happy to see the oppressed people of the planet and are standing in solidarity instead of being divided. There's nothing to talk about. These are our brothers. These are our sisters. And I'm against hate. And I'm against, all of this foolishness going on. But
Pie Lady, all of them wasn't black Asians.
But
go ahead. Go ahead, Lou.
No, Pie Lady always pull me off my square.
Shout out to Big D Holland. Shout out to Pie Lady. Shout out to Bernadette.
But when you see a tactic, the diversionary tactic, the pitting us against one another tactic, the infighting that we do within our movements and with other communities of color, it's an old game. I love the fact that social media dictates that it's no longer time for that. Colonized people of the planet Earth and the oppressed people of the planet Earth are speaking out against the oppressed. That's what time it is. I'm not fixing to have no fight. Let me correct myself. There are issues, and I've never shied away from discussing issues, but I support hate against everyone. And what you said so eloquently, we have a common enemy. We have a common oppressor. Wonder who that enemy and oppressor we have is.
Absolutely.
Who is that?
Let me read. Shout out to Big D Holland. He said, "If the devil, meaning white supremacy, would take care of black people first, everyone else will be taken care of. If white people help us, they will be helping every other race out here. Civil rights help more than just black people. Affirmative action help white women as well. So when you take care of black people, you take care of everyone." I could rock with you on that. I get what you're saying on that. I could rock with you on that. G said, "Have you heard of Blasians?" Yeah, I got them in my family. I said that. I got Asian people in my family, man. And let's go to Bernadette. Let's deal with Bernadette's comment. She said, "Tough topic."
Tough topic. But
yes.
Yes.
And I'm really biting my tongue saying this, but I'm tired of dealing with their attitudes. If I'm not happy with their services, they have the attitude like, "Well, get out. We don't need you." And they are in our country. Respect needs to get better. I'm just saying. Now, again, so let's say who specifically is this a Chinese you dealt with? Is it Korean or whatever? When we say they, again, we're lumping all these Asian backgrounds together. All those countries I just read off, we lumping everybody together. So is it the Chinese in your specific neighborhood or whatever? Is it the Koreans or whatever that you had a problem with or whatever? Like, in who to be specific, all right? And that still doesn't negate the fact that, like, we've been brutalized for 400 years, that they're getting beat up and killed now. That still doesn't negate that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's wrong in itself. So when they say stop Asian hate, I gotta rock with that. Stop the Asian hate, stop the hate, period. All of that. I gotta rock with that. I don't like to see that happening. But I do, again, and I have to say this again, I do want this to be a wake-up call to them, to who the real enemy is. And I can't say that enough. Let this be a wake-up call to who the real enemy is. And go ahead.
Bernadette, I hear you, I feel you, and I see you. Let me just say, to preface my statements by saying I'm against hate in all forms. When you're talking about Black and Asian relations, there's no secret that Asians make millions of dollars off of our community. That's not a secret. We pour millions of dollars into their economy. I don't know how much they pour into our economy. I just don't know. I'm not trying to be emotional, get off the topic or whatever. That's just a fact. The second thing I want to say to Bernadette is, when my people say, stop white supremacy, and the whole planet goes, there you go again, and you just need to get a job and stop complaining so much. When you see an industrious, educated, financially solvent group of people get attacked by white supremacy, what I want to say is welcome to the fight.
Yeah,
that's all I got.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say.
What?
Welcome to it. Welcome. Let's get it. Let's get at our common enemy.
Pie Lady said, I wonder how many voted for Trump.
Pie Lady.
Yeah.
Touche. I wonder too.
But
a lot
you
of
know
them
what?
did.
But you know what? I
Well, Black people voted for Trump too.
I believe a lot of the older generation of Asians voted for Trump. I believe that. I don't know for sure, but I believe that. I believe a lot of the younger generation Asians did not vote for Trump.
At 50 years old, my 75-year-old aunt and mom voted for Trump.
You know what I'm saying? But
I ain't with that. But
okay. again, I gotta base it off my experiences, right? How I'm treated in my own community in Plainfield, right? So there's a I tell you, I can tell you all the Asian businesses I frequent in Plainfield itself, right? So I go to the Cleaners on South Avenue, right?
My cleaner is Asian.
Yeah.
Let's go down the list. I have Asian friends.
I go to the Cleaners on South Avenue, right?
Yeah, I have an Asian cleaner.
Cool. They always get
cool as hell.
Mad respect. And, hey, how you doing? Happy seems blah, 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 blah.
Yes.
Right? So they give me mad respect. I go to Ace clothing store, right?
Right.
And I think one of the clothing stores, there was an Asian couple, husband and wife, and the wife got murdered. Actually she got robbed and got murdered in broad daylight in the city of Plainfield, whatever. And I thought that would change that Asian man's outlook on us and whatever. And when I had a conversation with her husband, I thought he was going to really say some negative stuff. He was like, no, I didn't. She wasn't killed by a black man. She was killed by a man. And I still hurt from it. Basically, he was saying I still hurt from it and all of that, but I don't look at y'all any different, because he could have packed up and he could have moved. He's still in our town. He's still around. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, my thing is, I think a lot of our problems with each other comes from lack of communication. We gotta learn to communicate and just be real with each other, man. If you're feeling some type of way about something, and it's good that we have these discussions, because maybe you can actually solve a problem or a situation. Because again, and then when I went to Japan, guess who they knew the enemy was? They really knew the enemy was the white man. When I went to Japan, bro, it was like bizarro world.
So I agree with everything you said. I just got, this is a tough topic. How come you don't eat Chinese food no more? General, why don't you eat Chinese food now? Why? And yo, woo, that's a chicken wing? Yeah, boss. You got that from we divesting from supporting the Chinese restaurant because of since we having this conversation. Like, or a deeper conversation, sister went into a place and she was mistreated, and black men who everyone says doesn't stand up, stood up and said, hey, you got to treat our black women better. And the next day there was a line of black people in front of the same store.
Buying the hair weave.
Buying the hair weave. Will you complain every day about how I don't support black women and I'm not in my place and I don't do what I got to do? And a phalanx of brothers came and said, yo, you shut down. The next day, black women was like, 50% off the yaki? 50% off the... So I'm saying...
Oh, they got human hair?
They got human hair? They got...
Listen, this is the hypocrisy. As my brother Andre Kelly would say, the hypocrisy is sickening. But
let's talk. But
Kim
I ain't
said,
scared of it. I ain't scared
one
of
the best Muslim Chinese restaurant in Newark, Amin's on Chancellor Avenue. Only spot I go
Kim. The Muslim Chinese joint, I still frequent.
But see, that's my whole point, man. We gotta, if we do have some dislike or some type of hate for a race for whatever reason, or let's not generalize. I don't want to be, and I don't want to be the ones that say, well, they do it, so I'm gonna do it too. I hate that. I hate the tit for tat. I hate tit for tat in my relationship. I hate it when we talking about race relations too. I don't like it when my wife be like, if I'm like, yo, babe, please do not throw the towels in this corner over here. And then she go, but you did it like 2 months ago. You put the towels in the corner, whatever like that. Let's not do that, especially with this race relation thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like we need to make it better, and again, start addressing who our common enemy is.
So, General, white people suffer from white supremacy. Chinese people suffer from the disease of white supremacy. Yeah. Black people suffer from the disease of white supremacy. Black people can practice white supremacy. Yeah. Chinese people can practice white supremacy. White people can practice white supremacy.
Yeah, and again, Majid, what you have experienced, I could respect how you feel because you experienced it, right? I've experienced it too. I've experienced some type of hate from all groups of people, right? I did. I experienced some type of hate from all groups of people. But does that make me, I know how this world works. I know how this world works. And then, when I got robbed by a black man, it didn't make me have self-hate. When a black man sold me out and played me out in court, it didn't make me have self-hate. You know what I'm saying? When I got beat up and jumped by a black man, it didn't make me have self-hate. It still didn't make me have self-hate. And I still love my people. You get me? So at the same time, even though I haven't been attacked by an Asian, I haven't been attacked by whatever group of people or Latinos or whatever the case may be. But I say all this to say it still shouldn't make you have no type of self-hate or whatever like that. And we have to start using our intelligence, right, to be able to fix situations instead of make situations worse. Again, I'm going to say that again. We have to learn how to use our intelligence to be able to fix situations instead of making situations worse. Go ahead, Will.
So here's the key word for 2021.
Facts, Majid. He said, but I still do not hate Asians. Facts.
Here's the thing.
Right.
On my personal love for humanity and my quote unquote, I have white friends, which I do, and my quote unquote, I got Asian friends and something other. Let me tell you something, bro. I'm gonna have to see some reciprocity, meaning and
you like the culture, you're a Buddhist. But anyway, go ahead. And you like the culture, you're a Buddhist.
I am. Yes, which started in India, but then got swagger jacked by Japan or whatever.
Still Asian.
1,000%. India is Asian as well. Yeah. But check this out, and I agree. I'm just saying, I'm against hate. We need to stop it. We need to identify our common enemy. But also, I need to see some reciprocity, meaning if it's $6 billion going in one direction, I need to see it coming in the other direction. That's just common sense, dude. You know what I mean? Like, I need to see, like, If you got a business in my community, I need you to put some of that money that you take from my community back into it. That's just common sense. The wedge issues, which don't look at white supremacy, don't look at this, don't look at the common enemy, do not identify the devil, don't call out Satan for who and what he is. I'm not Satan. Look, I never said you was, but a hit dog holler. Listen, let's make it plain. We have one adversary, and we have splinter issues that we need to talk about and we need to discuss, and I'm not mad at none of that. But who's oppressing? Who's hate? Okay, do black people hate Asian people? No.
Facts.
And do we have Asian relatives and support Asian business?
I do.
Is my religion Asian? I don't hate Asian people. There you go.
I have Latino.
Take it how you want.
I have Latino in my family. I have Asian in my family. I have a lot of different ethnicities in my family. So again, this why this conversation to me is very important, man, because
it's profitable.
Because when we start publicly saying, no, I'm not going to support that, or I'm not going to rock with that, or whatever like that, we got to be careful. We just got to be careful when we do things like that, especially coming off this thing with George Floyd that didn't change. It changed the world.
It did.
That one man changed the world.
He did. He did,
and we witnessed it change the world.
Yeah, he's a saint.
It's like, do we want to step backwards?
Right.
By coming out speaking about forget that, stop Asian hate, whatever. Yeah. Do we want to tread backwards, or are we trying to move forward? And that's my whole thing. We got to be careful, man. We got to be careful, and we need to target and focus our dislikes and our hatred
and stay focused, not divided,
in the right places. That's all I'm saying. Because again, division is the devil's greatest weapon. I say that over and over. Division has always been the devil's greatest weapon.
Amen.
And we got to be careful not to be divided by the common enemy. The common enemy. All right. And again, I use the analogy, right? Some of us are superhero fans, right? Justice League, right?
Yep.
Justice League, this new Justice League. Who's the common enemy?
Darkseid.
Darkseid was the common enemy. But the Atlanteans didn't like the
Amazonians didn't like them, and the humans didn't like them.
And the humans didn't like them, and whatever like that. But they all came together and fought against that common enemy, the dark side. I had to use that analogy for some of you superhero and comic book buffs, but they all came together. They didn't like each other, but they all came together and fought against that common enemy. We have to start adapting that as well.
And the Justice League didn't say, Darkseid has a right to exist, and he can do whatever he wants. You know what the Justice League did? Fought against him. They clearly identified the common threat to Amazonians, the Aquaman people. They clearly came together to say, yo, we're not with you. So in the same wise and in the same fashion, people of the planet Earth identify the enemy and destroy them and fight against your own enemy. There you go.
Fact. Shout out to D. McNeil. Shout out to M. Marte. Shout out to Tammy and everybody on the YouTube side. Listen, man.
Mr. Man Game on
Yeah, salute to everybody. I'm enjoying your feedback and your comments. Shout out to Rasul Leland. He said they don't owe you anything, and they don't.
Who?
They don't. The Asians.
No, I didn't say they did.
No, and they don't. The G said everybody comes from black, and that's a fact. Yeah,
that's a fact.
Barney said the Asian store owner called the police on George Floyd. Right? Facts. Exactly. And I heard that one too. Right?
I agree.
But again, even with that happening,
I agree.
Right? Because it could have been a white store owner. Right? Could have been a Jewish store owner. Just happened to be Asian. Also, there was an Asian cop that did not do anything when that Officer Chauvin was on his neck for 8 minutes.
True.
Right? But there was also a black man standing next to him as well. A black cop standing next to him as well.
True.
That didn't do anything to stop that 8 minutes. You see what I'm saying? So when we throw these little things out there to try to be a justification of why, whatever like that, there's always another part of the story that comes with that. All right? I just showed y'all a clip where Asian countries were marching in solidarity for Black Lives Matter. In Japan, they marched. In China, they marched. All right? In India, they had marches when this George Floyd thing hit. So you know, my thing is we have to just refocus our energy on, again, man, on who the enemy really is.
I agree. Oppressed people stand against the oppressor.
That was used as an analogy, Russell, a comic book. Yeah, it's a comic book. Because he had a comic book question mark. That was just used as an analogy, brother. And I don't know when you joined the show, but we was talking about a lot of other things before that. But anyway, go ahead.
Okay, let me just say this quickly. We are made weaker when we do not focus on what we need to focus on.
Mm-hmm.
So, for instance, all our organizations that we had in the 60s were torn apart by division, and they no longer exist. How long do we have to see ourselves divided, not recognize allies, and become ineffectual? We can argue, we can fuss. Everything that everyone said here is true.
Mm-hmm.
But what's also true is we have one adversary, and that's the devil. Who is the devil? I'm not, and you ain't.
Well, again, so when we talk about these other races now, we really want to break it down, right? So, you know, when we want to talk about these other races not liking us or being disrespectful towards us, why is that? Why is that?
Yeah,
right?
what's the cause of that?
I'd say what the cause of it is they want validation from who? They want to be just like Mike. Who is Mike in this situation?
I don't know. Who is Mike?
White supremacy, right?
Who's the devil?
Right. So when people come to this world, they want to be they want to be like whoever's in power, whoever they feel is in power. When they come to this country, right? They want to feel like, oh, who's in power over here? The white man's in power over here? Oh, well, Norm, everyone attaches their caboose to our struggle. Absolutely they do.
That's true. That's a show. That's two shows.
Absolutely.
1,000%.
Absolutely they do. That's funny. She actually gave us the segue for the next thing.
My brother.
Thank you, Pie Lady, for giving us the segue to what we're about to talk about.
Absolutely, other groups attach themselves to our struggle, and they get the benefit of our struggle, and we get slogans. Absolutely.
Yes. So now, with that being said,
I agree.
Let's talk about Tamir Rice's mother.
Woo! You going from one deep to the next deep.
Because Kwane, she segued what we about to talk about. All right. So, Tamir Rice's mother, she's upset. She says, stop monopolizing and capitalizing off our fight. Tamir Rice's mother issues stern warning to who? Tamika Mallory, Benjamin Crump, and other social justice activists. Now, I was kind of a little upset when I heard this because I'm like, I see the work that Tamika Mallory is putting in, right? Some of us don't like Benjamin Crump, some of us do. But Tamika Mallory, I know she was hurt by this, right? She's civil rights activist. She's out in the street. She's out in the trenches. She's been out there getting people to vote. You know, when we was trying to vote Trump out, she's been out there active in Georgia when Georgia was a critical state as far as this recent vote that we just had, which won Georgia. But she was hurt by Tamir Rice's mother's statement, and again, she said, stop monopolizing and capitalizing off our fight. Now, here's the thing. Here's where I agree and I disagree, right? And again, you got to understand this woman lost her son. She lost her son to the nonsense, to white supremacy, to police brutality, and all of that. But you said something earlier, we have to be able to recognize our allies. We have to be able to recognize who our allies are. So when we start coming against each other, I believe you're capitalizing or you're trying to monopolize my son's, off my son's tragedy. Is she right? Is she wrong? We're talking about Tamika Mallory. So let's look at some of the work that this woman has done. Benjamin Crump, y'all can say what y'all want to, whatever the case may be. I don't know your feelings about Benjamin Crump. I can speak on Crump. I have to speak on Tamika Mallory because I met her and I actually saw the work she does in the black community. Listen,
Ball, I think you should run the clip.
I'm going to run the clip.
Before we respond.
I'm going to run this clip real quick.
Let's go to the videotape.
All right, this is Tamika Mallory speaking about it when Tamir Rice's mother.
Before you run the clip, there is no comfort in activism. There's a lot of trauma in our movement. There's also a lot of misinformation that leaves us in a constant state of emergency. I will never allow my voice to be used to diminish anyone's pain. However, it's important that we separate opinions from facts and provide truthful clarity. Click the link in my bio to listen to my full comment.
Right.
Roll it, boss. Roll it.
Let's rock with it. And here it is.
Necessary to address
my son.
This is a little deviation from our regular format and our regular programming, but we thought it was necessary to address some online accusations that followed Tamika's Grammy performance, which was excellent, by the way.
Phenomenal, I think.
So we wanted to come out and address these issues. A lot of people have been asking for statements, and we just want to oblige.
From my perspective, I want to make sure that as a mother, that I speak directly to Ms. Rice, and also just so that folks know, I have reached out through some other individuals. I don't have a direct contact for Ms. Rice, but I have reached out and let some other folks know that if she wants to speak with me, I'm available to do so. Unfortunately, everything hits social media so quickly, and it doesn't give us an opportunity all the time to have direct conversations. And I have seen a lot of you who've been asking me to do what I always do, which is to be authentic and to come to you all and talk about some of what you have heard. I want to just make sure that we start off grounded in the fact that nothing we say today is an attack against Ms. Rice. I want to make sure that that is stated from the very, very beginning. Quite frankly, Ms. Rice is right. I support 100% how she feels and what she has stated in terms of her pain related to her son. Right? 100%. And in fact, I think, and I was going to say to you, Mice, that I feel like we all have failed her. I was thinking a lot about this coming here today.
Yesterday, yeah.
We all have failed her as a nation. I think that whenever a child or any person, but particularly a child, is killed, this nation should have erupted. And the fact that she did not get the proper justice for her son would make anyone angry. And so I totally understand and respect the trauma and pain that she feels as a mother. The second point is that I think for far too long, the issue of divisiveness has been used in every single movement, and it has actually destroyed movements. And I don't participate in it. If you know anything about me, and you guys get to see me up close and personal, we're on lives, we go into communities, we work with people directly, we're on the ground. And so you have an opportunity to see me up close and personal. And the one thing that I try my best not to do is to get caught up in the divisiveness that I know can happen in this movement. So again, if people are watching, looking for some aha moment of me speaking negatively about or to Ms. Rice, it's not going to happen. I will never, ever allow my organization, my team at Until Freedom, or myself to be used as a tool in the master's box. I will never allow that. So if that's what you're looking for, you might as well turn away, because it's not going to happen. I will, however, say that I think it's important to clarify the questions around whether or not we have used Ms. Rice's child, her baby, in campaigns or in speeches or fundraising or any of those types of efforts. We have not. My speeches, my son's speeches, and the work that we do, it's very, very public. You all can go back and look through speeches, look through my page. I encourage you to do so. Other than potentially calling the roll of all the people that we can think about at any particular time who have been killed by the state, I have been very, very careful, have always been careful not to speak about cases or individuals that I have not worked directly with the families. And in particular, in this situation, which Ms. Rice has already said, we've never even met. If we have, it has been something like maybe at a conference, I may have been introduced, or we may have seen each other in that way, but we've never actually sat down, had a phone conversation, or met in any way. And so therefore, I would never be so disrespectful as to speak about her child or to have a campaign that addresses her child or that uses her child's name to uplift any cause. And so I think that's really, really important to state. To that end, I guess, Ms. Rice has said that she wants me to, not speak of her child. And while I may not have been doing it in the past, I will be very, very, very careful going forward to ensure that I respect her wishes. I think we both can say that, we will be very careful to respect her wishes, even if we feel that we're using all the names in order to make a bigger point. We will be very, very, very careful not to disrespect her wishes. Now, although what Ms. Rice has said, calling me out my name and speaking about me without knowing me has absolutely hurt. It definitely hurt me. But again, I understand. And because of the fact that I do this work, that we do this work from a very, very, very sincere and authentic place, I may not have lost a child, but I did lose my child's father, and it wasn't to police brutality, but I understand loss. And I also want to, and I fight every single day to ensure that I don't have to experience what so many mothers of young black men have experienced. And so I do come from
See, I'm listening to her, and do we want to turn her away from the movement? Do we want to discourage somebody like her?
No.
That's out in the streets, that's out in the trenches, that's speaking out against it, that's getting locked up. Do we want to discourage somebody like her?
So, help me here. This is deep. So, Mother Rice's argument is what? That
you're capitalizing off my child's tragedy, and you're monopolizing it for your own needs. Because she was at the Grammys. Tamika was, and she actually performed with one of the rap artists. Her performance was just giving a speech about the black movement, Black Lives Matter movement. So she gave a speech while he was performing. You know what I'm saying? And she saw that, so I guess she mentioned names at that particular performance. And she sees it as now y'all capitalizing off this, y'all, basically y'all making a mockery, or y'all trying to monopolize and, off my son's name. But Tamika been rocking with everybody that experienced some type of injustice or police brutality.
God, boss. Oof. First of all, respect to Mother Rice. Second of all, I'll rock with Tamika and my son, whatever. I support them in what they do. Let me just try to say what I want. Okay, when you say capitalize, that means that you get what? Attention? Does that mean you get money?
Attention,
What does it mean?
Here's my thing, right? If you're going out speaking for the violence against, or what the tragedy against Tamir Rice, or whatever the case may be, right? And then just say you accepted contributions or whatever.
Yeah, of course.
Or whatever, right? I don't know what actually happened or whatever the case may be. Certain people feel a type of way about that, or if you're trying to push the movement in a certain direction, and you're throwing certain names out there, why you're trying to push this movement out in a certain direction, or why you're why your organization is receiving donations, I think that's what Tamir Rice's mother probably had a problem with. But again, they should have met. They should have met up, and she should have spoke to Tamir Rice's mother, and vice versa.
Okay, so thank you, sir.
Mm-hmm.
I hope that Mother Rice and Tamika get together and meet and hash out.
Yeah, work it out.
My friend Ingrid Judge told me one time, you have to consider upscaling. When a grassroots movement turns into a corporation that makes money, you have to be prepared to go from grassroots to money-making venture.
Exactly, Rasul. I agree. Damn if you do,
said.
damn if you don't. Go ahead.
Now I do agree with Rasul.
Yeah.
I do agree with Rasul. But this grassroots movement has grown into a business. I'm not saying that the business is bad. I support the business 100%. But whenever you upscale, whenever you get larger, you have to take in consideration what comes along with that. Now, forgive me, I'm just rambling. Okay. Malcolm X to me was a revolutionary that changed my life. Now, did I buy a Malcolm X baseball cap in '89? Did Malcolm X's family get paid from the Malcolm X hat that I brought? Did Malcolm X's family get paid from the copy from the autobiography of Malcolm X, or did Putnam Books or Pocket Books or whoever the case may be?
Right.
So I'm it's a hard conversation here, boss. But whenever you go from this to this, and whenever you go larger, it hurts my feelings that this always seems to happen to our organizations. That when it goes from there's this outrage and we need to do something about it, and then we do something about it, and then we take what we do about it and we upscale it. In order for you to upscale, you got to make money. And then somebody might say, look, I ain't seeing none of it. Or you trying to take, or you trying to this, you trying to that. I'm trying to be sensitive to Mother Rice, because I don't know. I'm just saying I've seen the pattern of our struggle becoming monetized. On the other hand, so does that mean I don't want us to struggle? Does that mean I don't want us to fight? Does that mean I want to kick asses to our enemy? I'm listening. I'm listening.
I'm with Rasul with the damned if you do, damned if you don't. And especially if your intentions is good. Now, if you're taking contributions and donations or whatever like that in the name of somebody that was slain or killed or murdered, whatever the case may be, and the parents, the family is not seeing that money, that's a whole different ballgame. That's a whole different ballgame.
Go ahead, speak on that, boss.
And I do realize that everybody fighting this struggle. If you got an organization like her organization or even Action Network or whatever the case may be.
Yes, that's the perfect example.
If you got these types of organizations, you do need money to exist. I get that.
Absolutely.
I get that. You got to understand you're doing marches. You got teams of people that need to eat.
And cameras and lights and microphones and boards and everything.
Yeah, they got to eat, drink, lodging, got to stay in hotels when you go visit these different states, whatever. Legal defense funds and stuff like that. I get it. So we have to understand all of this stuff, right? But what we have to realize too, and I'm going to say this, and I hope people in the back hear me, is that when you got organizations like Black Lives Matter, right? Because I've seen some of our own people we attack the whole Black Lives Matter thing, and we got to be careful when we do stuff like that because then people can't distinguish what you're actually attacking. Are you attacking the organization Black Lives Matter or the statement itself that Black Lives Matter? So when you speak against BLM and Black Lives Matter and everything, watch what you're speaking against, because if they see you attacking a cause that's for you, they're going to attack it a whole different way. You feel me? Your enemy is going to attack it a whole different way. We see some of them not even rocking with Black Lives Matter, whatever like that. Let's get in, let's infiltrate, let's look into their funding, let's look into this, let's look into that, whatever. That's when the man comes out. That's when you get those FBI situations like the Panthers got. That's when you get those FBI situations like Billie Holiday got. That's when you get those FBI situations like Martin Luther King got, like Malcolm X got. That's when all this COINTELPRO type stuff happens again. Because they're still attacking our movements and they're still attacking our organizations. So we have to be careful. Anytime they see division, that's a hole they can slip into. That's where they can infiltrate. So we have to be careful. We know how this government do.
So,
you know what I'm saying? We know what we know why we don't want these vaccines. Just like that, we know why we don't expose too much. Because the government will take it and use it to their advantage to destroy you or to bring you down. All right. So when you got people like, when you look at even T.I., right? He's coming under attack like crazy right now. All of a sudden, certain prominent figures in our community are coming under attack. Certain organizations, NAACP, Black Lives Matter, and the other movements that we got are coming under attack. We have to ask who's behind these attacks initially. That's all I'm saying. We have to be very cognizant of what's going on around us, right? And then we have to know our history enough that it has happened before. Go ahead.
So you gave so many great examples. For instance, Black Lives Matter. Black people in the community are asking, where's the money going that Black Lives Matter generates? Okay, Black Lives Matter went from grassroots organization to, lack of a better word, a corporation. Now, some black folks said, who is financing a corporation? It's it's not going back. So I don't want to be insensitive. My question is should the Shabazz family, Malcolm X's daughters, get a piece of the billion-dollar industry that is Malcolm X? I'm not trying to be insensitive, disrespectful. I just gotta the name Malcolm X, not the person, the movement and everything. Prints money, and whenever money gets involved, people have questions. And I'm not saying this about mother rights. What I'm saying is, when your movement becomes an organization, people are going to question what you do with the money. Now, our enemies are going to question what you do with the money. Other black people are going to question. So what I've seen is that question eventually will weigh down the corporation and it will cease to exist. Or the original intent for the corporation gets lost in money. You see what I'm saying? And then we go, Jesse Jackson? Now, when I say Jesse Jackson in 2021, certain things come into my head. In 1979, when I was 9 years old, and my father said Jesse Jackson, had a whole different thing. You see what I'm saying? He formed an organization to fight this and the other, and then money got involved, and things started to become questionable. So what I'm saying to you, boss, is as a businessman, where does the business end and the movement begin, etc.? Well, they always get, at the end of the day, boss, it gets weighed down, and they disappear from the weight of this fight we having. The civil rights movement, the Panthers, the Malcolm X, the people, listen, well, Black Lives Matter,
even today, right? There's things that bother me. I mean, even with George Floyd and Breonna Taylor, right? There's things that bother me about those situations, because we have to get to a point to where what do we want? We want money, or do we want justice? Or do we want both? Do we want money and justice? Or do we just want justice?
Is it wrong if I say I want money and justice?
So
I don't know. Is it?
Even with Breonna's family, I think they got $13 million or whatever the case may be. Right. George Floyd family got $27 million. Before trials, so which they can use that to their advantage, which his defense team could use that to their advantage, in their negotiating terms and sentences and whatever the case may be. They could just use that to their advantage, because the defense could be like, well, the city of Minneapolis gave $27 million to the Floyd family, whatever, so justice has been done, handed out already. Officer Chauvin was just doing his job and blah, blah, blah. They'll try to make some BS up or whatever the case may be. But it just, to me, it takes away from it. Go for that $27 million after some type of justice was served. or if justice hasn't been served. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think the initial goal for all these movements is to seek justice first, hardcore justice against the murderers of our people. I'll take this call. Caller from the 334. State your name, where you're calling from. You're on BKS, the Man Cave Show. What's good?
Yes, this is Al Tariq Atkins, and I was just calling in. I like to miss y'all watching Shaz Ali or something else, and I appreciate what y'all talking about. It's very important and should be discussed.
Salute, bro.
And,
What's good? Respect.
The one thing that I got out of what I've seen y'all talk about in this situation is something that I had just wrote in y'all chat. And what I'm realizing is that until we start galvanizing more in our communities where we are, the ones who are out here, who are basically small in numbers compared to our community, they have more room to get brought down from within, just as if y'all was talking about the Panthers or the Nation or these different organizations that came up. It was because it was such a small amount and enough of our people wasn't actually catching on to be able to uplift ourselves, where all these divisive things will have lesser chances to happen. So they occur because the smaller thing is our strength is in our numbers.
Facts.
So if our numbers, we only have a few who are doing certain things, it brings more chances in for them to be ostracized or neutralized. And I just feel as though we have to be able to impart more knowledge and information to our communities and set up grassroots organizations within our own communities instead of just looking for someone like a My Son or Tamika Mallory and things. See, there are certain people, they can't do it all.
Right, facts.
So sometimes they'll catch the flack for maybe things that they didn't do because they can't do it all.
Facts.
So it leaves room open for other people to come in and say, well, oh, you're trying to benefit off of this and that, when there's not enough of us as a body of people that are doing the things we need to do so less of those things can occur.
I agree. I appreciate you, brother, for sharing that with us. Real talk.
Thank you. I appreciate y'all. I'm glad
brother.
you're feeling
Respect,
better.
brother.
Thanks, bro. Thanks.
So what I want
Yes, sir.
to say to that brother is Gaddafi was once a freedom fighter fighting against the government, and he got a group of people together and he overthrew the government that he was fighting against.
Right.
And then he became the government. He became the government. And eventually, other governments and his own people overthrew him and got rid of him. So my thought now is, listening to all you good brothers, is when we begin to mature, we have got to come to grips with this idea that we are the government. This is what I mean. We become me and Norm form a grassroots organization, and people start paying dues, and money starts to come in, and Ingrid says, this is how you upscale it, and then we incorporate it, and then we get employees, and then we franchise it, and we got a www.fighttheman organization with employees and 401k and this and that and the other. We have, as a people, have got to start thinking about maturing into rulership, not freedom fighting, rulership. And once you become a ruler, the people that you rule over are going to have problems with you. Now, I'm not trying to simplify or anything like that. What I'm saying is we have got to become prepared to be the government or the rule. Let's fight this wicked system. Let's get out of here. This is what I'll be talking. Let all the entrepreneurs and the doctors and the lawyers and the lion tamers, oh my, go buy some land and become this. And I elect Norman president of Blackland. And 5 years later, I'm like this. I used to work for Norm. Norm ain't shit. You know what I'm saying?
We do that.
What?
We do that.
Have you experienced that personally as a business owner?
We do that. We do that to each other, man. And we do
He
that
making
to
all
each
the
other.
money and he's capitalizing off of me. And
that's the problem, because think about
we're
it.
immature people.
Before this situation, everybody's rocking with Tamika Mallory. Everybody's rocking with my
Yes.
son. You know what I'm saying? Because they out there in the trenches. And then once you start hating on those that are out there actually in the trenches, actually doing work, and you're just hating and you're complaining and you're not doing nothing yourself, you become part of the problem. You become part of the problem.
And what if the work you're doing, you become successful at, and you upscale the work? Once you become successful, money is involved. And once money is involved, people got their hand out for it. Can we talk about that, or are we just emotional and immature and no. Okay. You hate Norm? Go start your radio station. And don't steal his ideas, though. You see what I'm saying? Don't be a spy and see how everything works and then go. You follow what I'm saying? We have to mature into rulership. And until we do, we're going to be some complaining, baby, crying and victimizing ourselves and whatever.
Facts.
And there will be opportunists in our own community, the woke economy. I'm going to write this book to talk about how much I hate white supremacy. 1999.
Yeah, but
You
you know what? Again, that goes to say a lot of times when I look at these situations, man, we've become our own worst enemy, and some of the things we do, it starts to morph into self-hate. Some of the things we do towards each other starts to become self-hate.
Majid said the love of money is the root of all evil. Okay, respect. Okay, this microphone costs money. That board you brought costs money. The fact that you're broadcasting a signal and this and that and the other is because you had a business plan and you make. I'm talking from your money. And if you don't make money, the lights will get cut off and I can't talk shit. Like, so.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We got to grow up.
Yeah, no, we do. We got to grow up, man. We got to mature. And we got to do it fast, man, because the clock is ticking, bro.
It is.
The clock is ticking.
It's about to run out.
One thing I don't want to see with our own people is that everybody else is moving right past us. Everybody else is moving past us, whatever, and we still stuck in that same rut, and we still stuck in that same place, and we still don't realize the power that unity has, that unity and support has, because we still tearing down each other. We still don't want to see the next man climb up, whatever the case may be. When somebody is trying to make a positive movement, we shoot them down without realizing that people do make mistakes. None of us are perfect. You know what I'm saying? But what we do is we take somebody's flaws, and we do this to our own people. We'll take somebody's flaws and tear it apart and tear it apart and tear it apart, whatever. And that person can never blossom. That person can never grow. And everything. We have to learn how to help each other grow and build. And that's real talk. Salute to you, brother. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Same here, yo.
And just to reiterate, thinking about my friend Ingrid, like, when you become the government, you become an organization. And I'm not saying that this is the case with the argument that we had earlier, because I want those two sisters to come together and talk. But when you start making money on a consistent basis and growing and getting corporate and having taxes and having your own police force, and now Norm is the mayor of Blackville and Dawood is the assistant mayor, and I go, as the assistant mayor, I would like to say that Norm ain't ish, and I want to be a mayor now. And when you grow, we got to learn how to grow and become bigger and go from the victim economy into just straight economy. And when you get in the straight economy, you're going to have hate.
No doubt. Let me read Majid's comment. He said, what I mean, LOL, is people change when money is involved,
Absolutely.
Especially when you are in leadership.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Absolutely. But see, that's up to you to remain grounded, because real soldiers for this movement, bruh, they're not really trying to be on TV. They don't ask to be on TV. Let me say it like that. And they're not trying to really be at the Grammys or nothing like that. Real soldiers in this movement is out in these streets making things happen. But when you do see somebody, on a little come up, like Tamika Mallory was just on the Grammys performing, whatever like that, but she was still speaking towards the movement. She was still speaking towards our fight and our struggle and everything, man. And right away, we came under the attack. She came under the attack of us. Tamir Rice's mother got at her and whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I like how she handled that and
I do
how
too.
she articulated.
Yep, me too. I support that.
The fact that Miss Rice came at her, you know, but she said, I will respect your wishes, basically, and keep your son's name out my mouth. Basically, that's what she said from now on. And it's sad it has to be that way.
The many arguments that we've had on air about, in particular, Jay-Z, and what he doing and what he not doing, and he ain't black enough, diarrhea of the mouth, and say that, okay. So while I'm like, he's a devil worshiper worshiping Satan, you know, and then I see him in the boardroom of the NFL. Do I want him not to be in the boardroom? I can criticize him, have my opinions or whatever. Okay. One of mine is in the boardroom, or he ain't in the boardroom. And yes, I agree. People change. Greed is a thing. But evolution dictates that we have got to become more comfortable with us being in positions of power.
Facts.
Or we're just going to keep talking.
Facts.
Jesus
and
Christ.
And attacking each other.
Yeah, that's what we do.
Oh, listen, man, it's getting late.
It's getting late.
We will be back tomorrow.
Mañana.
We'll be back tomorrow, man, on the Man Cave Morning Show. We appreciate everybody for joining us and rocking out with us, man. Shout out to everybody that's on the check-in. Shout out to everybody that called in. Nothing but love for y'all, man.
We love you.
Eventually, man, we'll get it together. Hopefully,
Eventually.
prayerfully, we'll get it together, man. You know what I'm saying? And do what we need to be doing and everything. But again, y'all, keep the unity. Let's build unity.
Yeah, unity is the key, and allow people to grow. Thank you for allowing me to grow and not kicking me off the show. many times.
You funny.
Grow up.
Listen, man, God bless. Peace and blessings.
The Man Cave Morning Show.
Y'all be safe out there, man. And yo, check out, if y'all didn't see Genius Aretha, go check out that series.
Dig
all right, it's on National Geographic is making movies now.
Wow.
About
prominent black
celebrities.
Who'da thunk it?
Who'da thunk it? Who'da thunk it?
Who'da thunk it?
It's called
Profitable.
Genius Aretha. I think it's like the series has 8 episodes.
Okay.
And it's awesome. And the young lady Cynthia Erivo, who played Aretha Franklin, did an amazing job. So I hope the one with Jennifer, I hope that's just as good.
Yeah.
Because she did an amazing job, man. Y'all go check that out. All right. Again, remember this show is never about us.
It's always about you.
Because
you are the
next best
kept.
See, you've been away, bro. You've been away too long.
I'm rusty.
We're gonna do this again.
You are. Come on. Let's go. Come on.
All right.
Yes. Go.
This show's never about us.
It's always about you.
Because
you are
the next best kept secret. Here you go. And we out of here.
Wakanda
and remember,
forever.
we love you guys.
Ain't
There's not a
nothing you
damn
can
thing you
do
can do about it. Peace.
Zamunda forever. Love you.
Yes. Hope y'all enjoyed the show, man.
See y'all tomorrow.
Yeah, man.
That was good, sir. That was a good show, sir.
Custom.